conversation the body recalls what the mind buried. Letting off flow with no filters and no master carry.
Can we talk? A safe space you can share your thoughts. No pressure, just let down your guard. Let's talk it out, don't hold it in, just let it out. We all need release, that's what it's all about.
Get your mind, body, and soul ready for therapeutic session. So
can we talk? A safe space you can share your thoughts.
Welcome to Blue Notes and Body Talk. Today, I have two special guests, and we are talking about grief today. So, if this is going to be something that resonates with you, I want you to take a minute and relax and breathe, because this topic can get heavy, and it can get heavy for any of us. And I would like for the ladies to introduce themselves. We're going to start with my right. And you all know who this is because she was here on episode 2. She gave us that good feed on being a divorced, single, empowered woman. So go ahead.
Hello, everyone. My name is Brianna Furlow, and I'm excited to be here to talk about grief with you all today.
Short, sweet, okay. And to my left, I have this lovely young lady right here, and she's also an author, and she's going to give y'all a little spiel on, what she has going on that's new for her.
Hi, everybody. I'm Yolanda Hildebrand, and as my dear friend said, I am an author. I wrote the book, Finding My Rainbow, My Journey from Child to Caretaker, and it is about caring for my parents during their later years in life and how I helped, and also with coping with my own grief.
And, oh, look, she brought the book. So, could you tell us where they can find this book if
Yes.
they would like to get it? Which I'm telling you, I've read it. It's a good read. It's short, sweet, to the point, simple. And when I say it's a good read, it's a good read.
Thank you. It is on Amazon. So if you go on Amazon, look for Yolanda Hildebrand, Finding My Rainbow, you'll find my book on there.
All right, ladies. So we're going to get started with this hot topic, not so hot topic. But how I want to start it, because I want us to ease into this, because like I said, this is something that's very deep. This is a very deep conversation. So, and as you all know, we called this episode Ghost Notes.
Mm-hmm.
So when you heard that title, when I bring it to you, I want to know what kind of came to your mind when I was like, hey, I need y'all on the episode of Ghost Notes. So how did you take that?
Well, when I first heard Ghost Notes, and you explained the premise behind this, it made so much sense. Because it's not so much the loss of the loved ones that is the spirit or the ghost. The ghost is the emotions that we're left with that haunt us day in and day out, that we live with. And those are the ghosts that travel with us, that people don't see, that we are experiencing as someone who has lost a loved one.
Right.
So the title was perfect for this subject.
What about you, Brianna?
For me, it really just meant things left unsaid. A lot of times when we're experiencing grief or a loved one passes, we don't always get that closure in saying goodbye.
Right.
So for me, the ghost note was the things left unsaid, the goodbye that was never heard.
Right. Because, for me, when I came up with it, that was my thing. I never got to say goodbye. And I don't think a lot of us ever get to say goodbye. And everyone who's been with me thus far, they know what this podcast is about. And so I figured this would be a good space where we can finally say that goodbye. So that's what it meant to me when I came up with that title. So another question that we're going to light it up just a little bit. What is something because both of you all lost parents and I lost a child. So what is something that you want people to know about your parents? And Brianna, I know yours is a little special. So you can go into detail with that.
For me, it's kind of hard to figure out what I want people to know about my parents. I lost my mom when I was 6, so I didn't really get to know her. But her smile was everything. I don't really remember much about my mom, but her smile would light up a room. And just from the stories that I've heard from family members, I know she was a very fierce power to be reckoned with. So, yeah, that's my mom.
What about your dad?
My dad is still here. So for my dad, I would like for people to know that there's forgiveness and grief. And once we evaluate our feelings, sometimes things that were meant to break us can actually form some beautiful bonds.
Now, could you give the viewers just a little insight? Because, we mentioned your dad, but you said your dad is still here.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm a domestic violence survivor. My mom and dad met when my mom was 15, my dad was 26, and they were just on and off from the time they met until the time that she died. He was a correction officer, and so he smuggled a lot of foreign drugs into the prison he worked with. Not only that, but he tried those foreign substances. So a lot of moments where they were fussing and fighting, things like that, were just due to whatever foreign substance he was on, being that high. I don't want to share too much because we'll get into that later. But I watched, long story short, I watched my mom being shot and killed by my father. And so it just left me as an adult with a lot of questions and with a lot of mixed emotions. And so that's why I said, once we deal with those emotions, beautiful things could come out of things that have hurt us.
Right.
Since my father has been in jail, we have written each other. He let me know that he was really sorry for what he did. We formed a good bond. He sends me birthday cards. He sends the girls birthday cards. He gets mad when I don't have time to write him. And not only that, but he acknowledges, the fact that what he did was wrong. And he also acknowledges that I don't have to be doing life with him,
right.
But he's grateful for that. So.
Right. And what about you, Michelle?
I think with my parents, especially my mother, I just want people to know her strength. My mother was an extremely strong woman and poured so much strength into me and helped to empower me as a woman. And she was just such a force. She was what I like to call a quiet storm.
Right.
She didn't have to be loud and boisterous, but when she spoke, you knew she meant what she said.
Right.
And she taught me strength through her example of how she lived her life, how she battled with her cancer, all the way through. Right. So she taught me the beautiful gift of love, forgiveness. She taught me to be strong within myself. And to be compassionate to others, because you never know what somebody else is going through.
That's right.
Because we're all battling something every day. So I'm just so thankful that she poured those things into me. And I tried to be a living, walking example of those lessons that she gave to me.
Right. I understand that. So what is a part of your relationship that stays with you the most when it comes to your mom? Because you were her caretaker.
As far as my relationship with her, oh my gosh, there's so many things. My mom was my best friend.
Right.
My very best friend. We grew up together because she had me when her and my father were 18. So I had the benefit of growing up with my parents. So she was my first best friend. And so to have those life lessons that she gave me, but I guess even in her battles, there was still laughter. There was still joy. There was still happiness. There was still a mutual love and respect that we had for each other. She respected me as her caretaker and understood the transition of my life from just being her child. And she had to fully learn how to trust me.
Right.
And I had to learn how to trust her in the sense of my responsibilities to take care of her.
Right.
So, yeah, that's it. Even in pain, there was joy. There was laughter. And those are the things I have to hold on to and not the pain itself.
Right. So I know you were young when everything happened with you. So what, from your young childhood, your young self, what is something that just stuck out to you when it came to your mom?
Her joy for Christmas. My mom loved Christmas and she loved Thanksgiving. We would always watch like the Macy's that Thanksgiving parade.
Yeah.
And then for Christmas, she always would get her Bible out. She had us in the Bible. It was us in there. So it was pictures of like baby Jesus and the wise men, and she would tell us a story, and we would drink hot chocolate, and then we would go sneak off in a room to pretend to be asleep while we would, watch her wrap up presents and have her fuss at us and run us back into the bedroom. So that is like the most fondest memory that I have of my mom, and I carry that with me. Like Christmas is a big deal in our house. I'm a little extra when it comes to Christmas time.
Right.
Like I pour a lot into my Christmas tree because it just makes me feel closer to my mom because that was one of her most favorite holidays.
Right. With my son, y'all know he committed suicide, and of course that was hard for me. Because you question yourself, like, what did I do? What could I have done? But one thing that I can say that stuck out with me the most is, even though he was like, because Bree, you know how Sean was. He was like that hard-headed child that can get under my skin. I'd be like, boy, I just want to choke you. But he was very helpful. It didn't matter how old you were, what color you were. He was very helpful. Like, he mowed people grass in the neighborhood. Of course they paid him, but that was his thing. Even people needing help with the doors, taking the elderly's groceries, that was just his thing. Even though he was that child that got on my nerve, he was still just so sweet and helpful in his own little way, So that's something that, stays with me all the time. Because when I get to that questioning myself, I'm like, no, you did the best you could, because he still grew up right, so that was
So this part right here is gonna kind of tie into the letter. So I kind of want you to, before you read your letter, I want you to say something that you would want to say to them right now. Okay. And then you read your letter. Okay. So I know we probably need to take a deep breath and kind of, get ready for it. But who would like to start? I'll let you pick this time. I'll start.
Thank you.
Hey, shit, that's what a heavy one. Okay, something that I would like to say to my mom. If my mom was sitting right here. Mama, I made it. I hope you're proud of me. I hope you're proud of the moment that I've become. I hope you're proud of the family that I built and the foundations that it was built upon. Your legacy continues. I will for always carry you, and I will forever and always carry your legacy. I love you. That's what I tell you.
That's beautiful.
So you want me to read more?
Yes. I would like you to read your letter.
Okay. Hey, Mama. I'm writing this letter simply because I miss you. There's so much I want to tell you, so many moments and memories where your absence felt like a brick to my heart. Because if you were still here, I know you would have been there. People tell me that I act like you all the time, and I find comfort in that. It lets me know that I carry you everywhere I go. Mama, you've been gone for so long, though, that I'm not sure if I miss you the person or you the title. Mother's Day is my least favorite holiday because I can't pop up to surprise you like most of my friends. Celebrations are bittersweet because you're not there. If I'm being honest, I don't remember your voice or what you smelled like. I don't really know what your favorite color is, what your favorite dish is. These were conversations we never got to have. I do have secondhand memories from family members, like how you had a pink gun with a pearl handle. Like, girl, where did you get that from? I also have two pictures of you etched in my memory. These pics help me to never forget what you look like. Child, you were beautiful. And I'm not just saying this because you're my mom and I. My favorite picture is the one of you in the yellow tank top with a smile as radiant as the sun's glow. I definitely got my two-tone juicy lips from you. They're one of my favorite facial features, so thank you. But anyway, yellow is one of my favorite colors, and sunflowers are one of my favorite flowers because they remind me of you. Vibrant, bold, and beautiful. I've never told anyone this, but whenever I see a yellow butterfly, I know it's you coming to visit me. Those butterflies always seem to come in moments where I don't always feel my strongest, and they serve as my reminders that I'm my mother's child. Therefore, I have my mother's strength to conquer and endure. Mom, did you know that the last memory I have of you occurred hours before your death? I see you clear as crystal, laying on your back, your head against the tire of a car, begging for my father not to shoot you. I see my confused 6-year-old self hearing the last words I would ever hear from you. Baby, please don't do this. I remember the hurt and panic in your voice from that one sentence, and I remember fleeing the scene, leaving you there alone as my father laid two more bullets in your flesh. As an adult, I struggled with leaving you there. I played out all the coulda, woulda, shouldas in my mind. Truth is, Daddy was so out of his mind when he killed you that had I not run, he probably would have killed me too. When the drugs wore off and he sobered up, the realization of his actions that day caused him to have a mental breakdown. I've since forgiven him, even wrote him a couple of times. He told me how you and him met, and all I have to say about that is, TMI, child. He said it was the booty and the body for him. Mm. I told you a lot has happened since you left. I went to prom, and the young man I went to prom with is related to your last boyfriend. LOL, small world. We graduated high school, went on to college, got married, visited Korea, graduated from college with a bachelor's in social work, and walked the stage while carrying my first child and your oldest granddaughter. Had baby number two, got divorced, and found myself wondering how you did what you did as a single mom of four because my two wear me out sometimes. Your granddaughters know your name and face. We visit your grave every time we visit Milledgeville, and we sing you happy birthday every year. It was hard navigating life without you, Mom, but I'm still here, overcoming things that were meant to break me, breaking the generational curse that women in our family hold on to for so long, when it comes to the treatments they experience from the men they love. I'm no longer settling for less and going through the motions. I'm setting an example and a foundation for my girls, just as you were doing for us. I hope you're proud of me. I hope I become the embodiment of your wildest dreams. I love you always and forever. And even though you're gone, it's never goodbye. I'll see you later.
How do you feel saying those words?
Like a weight has been lifted off my back. Finally being able to tell her goodbye. And I don't even want to say goodbye because my family, we don't tell each other goodbye. We always say, see ya, I love you. And so just being able to say that now because I wasn't able to say it then, I feel so much lighter. So much lighter.
I'm glad I can be here.
Yes. That was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. I feel like she heard it.
Oh yeah.
You could definitely feel it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Big Shan. She's dreading this moment.
I'm dreading the moment. Table for us because we like to say so much to my dear so often. But I needed her to know she was the perfect mom for me. She's the mom I needed. And I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful for that. Hard-headed child, firstborn, first girl, all that good stuff. And she loved me in spite of it all. What a gift. To the point where when I asked her, what do I do without you? She said, you just live. There's nothing else for me to tell you. I've told you everything. What else do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Live, baby. That's power. And so I need her to know. I would want her to know she was enough. She was enough. And I'm grateful for that. And now you want me to read this letter, don't you?
I do. I do.
Boy, I love you, Roy. You know I love you.
Yeah.
My dearest Gail, it has been more than 2,000 days since I've heard your laugh, seen your freckled face, or breathed in the scent that was uniquely yours. And yet, every single day without you cuts as sharp as the first. The ache doesn't fade. It lingers, constant and heavy, like a shadow I can never escape. You gave me so much, but nothing in this world could have prepared me for the silence you left behind. I carry this hole in my heart, raw and unhealed. And though I've accepted you are gone, I have not and cannot accept the way grief keeps pouring out of me. It is endless. It is cruel. And yet, it is the proof of how deeply I loved. I regret not always knowing how to receive your love for what it was. As an imperfect daughter, I didn't realize how much I needed an imperfect mother. One who loved me with grit, with tough lessons, with tenderness woven through the sternness. I wish I could go back and trade my stubbornness for laughter, my frustrations for gratitude. I wish I could look you in the eyes one more time and say, thank you, Mama. Thank you for loving me exactly the way I needed, even when I couldn't see it. The anger of losing you to cancer has burned itself out.
but the scar it left will never fade. What remains is the love and prayers you covered me in, the wisdom you planted, the strength I now walk in because of you. I hear your voice in mine, your words slipping out of my mouth when I least expect them. And sometimes I smile through the tears because you're still here, woven into me. That day, your last day, I couldn't say goodbye. The word stuck in my throat because my heart refused it. Instead, I held you and I said thank you. Thank you for mothering me with a love that was fierce, intentional, forgiving, and limitless. Thank you for seeing my light when I could only see my shadows. Thank you for laughter that still carries me through the darkest nights. Your love is etched into my soul. It will live in me until my last breath. Your final 2 heartbeats were heard only by me, and I still hear them sometimes, echoing inside me, now beating in rhythm with my own. We are forever bound, you and I, by blood, by love, by something eternal that even death cannot touch. Rest well, my sweet freckle-faced Gail. My heart will always be shattered by your absence, but I will keep walking because of the love you left behind. You will never be forgotten, not while I still speak your name, not while I still breathe. I love you, always, and without end. Thank you. How do you feel? I don't know. I have to be honest, I don't know how I feel. I miss her. And I feel a little robbed because I feel like she was stolen from me. That's my girl. That's my girl. So I don't know yet.
To my sweet boy, Sean, there are so many moments that I still replay in my mind. I hear your voice, the laugh of yours that could fill a room. And I see the way you looked at me when you wanted me to know how proud you were of me. You always had a way of reminding me that I was more than just a mom. You saw me as a whole person, even when I struggled to see myself that way. That is a gift I will never forget. I wish I had told you more often how proud I was of you. You stepped into the world with so much courage, with so much heart. You were fighting, you were figuring out who you were. You were stepping into manhood and still carrying kindness with you everywhere you went. I wish I had said to you in plain words that you were becoming everything I ever hoped you would be and more. Since you've been gone, life felt different. There was that moment when I got the call about you and everything in me shifted. It was like the ground beneath me gave way. There was life before that moment and life after, and nothing has been the same. But even in that, I feel you with me. You are in the quiet when I'm sitting alone. You are the laughter that I hear in your sisters when they're playing or even yelling at each other. You are the steady push that tells me to keep going when the weight feels too heavy.
If I could talk to you right now, I would tell you that I'm still standing, even when it's hard. I would tell you that I'm still being the mother you believed I could be. Not just for you, but for your sisters too. I want you to know that your love didn't end the day you left. It is still here, alive in us, shaping how we live and how we love and even how we remember. When I wrote in your obituary that you had the smile that could light up a room, that you loved deeply and freely, and that you carried a spirit of joy that touched everyone you met. Those words wasn't just to be written on a page. They are lived out every day in the people who knew you and the families who carried you forward. I miss you every single day, and I love you in a way that words will never be big enough to hold. You will always be my son, my joy, my reminder of strength, and my forever love. What I carried heavy is the goodbye I never got to say. If I had the chance, I would have held you close, kissed your forehead, and told you once more that you are my heart and that I will always love you. These are my ghost notes to you. The words I carry, the ones I would never get to say out loud. Love always, Mom.
Now lean on over there and get some of that love over there. And how do you feel?
I feel a little better. Because none of us ever had a chance to say goodbye. And I think I needed this. You know, I know we're sharing it with a lot of people, but I really think I needed that. I think this was a doorway to open up for me because I never got to do it. I've never done it. And this was the first time. So
Good.
yeah.
Yay.
As we're clearing up and drying out our faces and trying not to mess up our makeup, I would love to thank my beautiful guest for joining me on this adventure of Blue Notes and Body Talk, episode 7, Ghost Notes. And I also want to let you all know that you do not have to grieve alone. There are plenty of resources out there if you need them. And if anyone is thinking of suicide, there's also resources for you as well. You don't have to go through anything alone. Never feel like you are alone because you're not. So please reach out to those resources if you need them. And I will try my best to add something to the description for national hotlines if you all need those. And meet us back here next week for another episode of Blue Notes.
Can we talk? A safe space you can